What was that? You wanted more Jubiwary discussion? Well, don't worry. We got you covered.
Just kind of going through these aren't like mine or Jules' opinion at all. This is just sort of highlighting what people have said and in all sorts of different directions, and kind of highlighting the diversity of thought that's going into this. This guy on the screen says he wants one more Jubiwary, but not in 2026, just this year, and then forget the rest, which I think is interesting. Like, I think most of these opinions are thought out through a frame in which it makes the most sense for each individual person, which means it's valuable.
Shout out to this Yongyi Crypto on Twitter. He actually wrote like a really, really long thread to explain like his detailed opinions and thoughts.
The main points for him was that he basically said that the Jupiwaries have already been priced in, right? So he said, like, okay, we've known about Jupiwary since the first Jupiwary. And also he made the argument that locking or vesting turns airdrops into like a future threat. He said that it needs to be distributed, just get it over with.
It's been cool to see all these kind of detailed, thoughtful takes where people take this as seriously as they would take anything else, because they really feel that they have some ownership over the protocol here.
You actually see these takes on like both sides, right? Both those who are voting yes and those who are voting no. They give like very reasoned and well argued, takes as well. And I think it comes from like different perspective. And I think really like the team's role here is really to look at these different things and try to like find the best path forward and kind of lead the community forward.
So decentralization is one. There was a take from the Jupe Research Forum around it as a governance token.
Yeah, so this is actually an interesting take as well, in the sense that he kind of argues that, like Jupe is a governance token and therefore it should only go to users who care about governance. And he thinks that Jupiwary should be discontinued in favor of more ASR.
Yeah, I think that one's, perfectly legitimate argument. You're just talking about like, it's trade-offs. It's not like the one answer is right or wrong. It's simply like, okay, is vesting better than doing it all at once? And that's purely opinion, right? Like there is no necessarily right or wrong answer there. It's just a different way to do it. Both have been done historically by other projects. Both have probably gone well or gone poorly by other projects. It's just a matter of deciding what is best for us as a DAO.
There are many people in the community who are like, I'm like voting no on this proposal, but if like some changes are implemented, that they are open to kind of voting yes. Some of these things are like, they're hoping that you'll be better deployed over time. There may be some like locking, there may be some unlock penalty.
Let's talk about this risky factor here.
Yeah, so this one I think is more about vesting again. So like initial proposal, Meow said, maybe there'll be like 75% haircut if you claim immediately. Since that has been walked back, and it was like simply claim your Nucky made a very, I think a good appeal to emotion, and then also appeal to just general tokenomics here.
Somebody else verified feedback saying that they disagree.
This voter said that they want to see, a meaningful lockup. They want the stakers to have a drop, and they want a penalty for immediate claim. I think this is a great point to get into Slorg's thread. There is no reason stakers won't receive the drop. Meow has said that he wants the drop to be all inclusive of Jupiter users, and that includes stakers. Slorg has written a great thread on X to clarify misinformation. Are stakers excluded from Jupiwary? The answer is no. Will there be vesting? Based on the current version of the proposal, the vesting requirement was eliminated. However, in the event that the proposal does not pass, new feedback will be incorporated. If the proposal doesn't pass, is Jupiwary dead? Short answer, no. We'll just do another proposal. What is the point of this vote? It's ultimately about growing the pie. And then isn't 700 million a lot of tokens? There's a few things to consider. This is 30% less than the initial plan that we all set out to have, right? There was 40% of the initial supply marked for potential Jupiwaries. This release is 30% less than it was originally because of the token burn. Why aren't there more criteria? Meow has stated a few things about this. He wants to keep this vote pure, meaning that people aren't voting exclusively to benefit their own bags.
The vote is going to go on until November 29th, which is Friday. So we got to hear a little bit from May in terms of how the airdrop will be kind of constructed to avoid Sybils and make sure that it's going to real cats and not just farmers, which is one major piece of feedback that's come through. And then we got to hear a bunch of other feedback, both on the yes and the no side. You got 2 more days to vote. Go make your opinion heard. Are you comfortable? Are you not comfortable? And we will take it from there.